everyone.
Welcome back to Serving 813, a radio show and podcast featuring Tampa Bay organizations and groups every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. We're your hosts, Ava Lamison
and Lily Phillips.
And today, first off, this is our first show in 2026, so this is very exciting. And so to kick that off, we are super excited and grateful to have a very fun guest on today, one of the faces and voices behind CUP.
Now, if you don't know already, CUP, aka Coffee Uniting People, is a nonprofit coffee shop providing the chance for individuals with disabilities to flourish in an inclusive environment. So with that said, welcome to the show, Greg Jones.
Hey, welcome guys. Thank you for having me.
Yay, we're so happy you're here with us.
Y'all did a good job.
Yeah, sorry, we're very rusty today. It's been a while. But Greg, you are the founder of CUP. So can you tell us on a deeper level what CUP is all about?
Sure. So CUP is my wife Laura and I founded CUP back officially in 2021, but we didn't open our first shop until 2023. CUP is a nonprofit 501c3. It's a Florida corporation that we started to open coffee shops in the Tampa Bay area. And we started it, like I said, back in 2023, our first shop. And CUP employs individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We have about a little over 60 employees that all have some form of an intellectual and developmental disability. So that's kind of the structure of the corporation, the business. I can tell you a little bit more about the background if you like. Or
yeah, I would love to hear about the history.
Yeah. So I'm a lawyer by trade, born and raised here in Tampa, and I've been practicing law here for a couple of years anyway. So we got involved in the disability community back probably around 2000 or 2012, 2013, in that neighborhood. We had a friend who had a child who had some disabilities and was playing baseball over in Clearwater, and we found out that there was no place for him to play over in Tampa, in South Tampa, and we were involved in Palm City Little League at that time. So we started a league called Challenger Baseball, which you might be familiar with, which is like buddy baseball. And it's baseball for boys and girls with special needs. So every Saturday we would have a game down at Palmacia on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 or 9 to 11. As my wife would say, it was the best hour or two of her week. It was great baseball. We had as many as sometimes 15, 20 kids that would play. And, there were really no winners or losers. Everybody was a winner, and everybody cheered for both teams. And so that was really our first involvement in the special needs community. And we stayed involved with that program for many years. And my goal when I got out of practicing law was to get into a nonprofit full-time. So I went back to UF, got a master's. Go Gators. Lily, I know you're going to be a future Gator here.
Yes, go Gators.
Go Gators.
Chomp, chomp.
There you go. And I went back and got a master's in the nonprofit field, and that was about 5 or 6 years ago, and thinking that might help me out get a job in the nonprofit world. And one morning I went on this run on Bayshore and had this idea, and came back and had lunch with my wife, and she listened to my idea and said, "You've had 1,000 ideas that I don't agree with, or stupid ideas, but this one I do." So with that was the origins of CUP, and we started it in October 2021 to really be a ministry of our church. It was supposed to start out of Bayshore Baptist Church, with the goal of we had a very nice coffee shop that was there. You might be familiar with Bayshore. It's over on Morrison and MacDill. And so we were getting ready to start it there, had all the supplies, a coffee making machine, et cetera, et cetera. And we found out that we were not zoned for that in that neighborhood. So we had to quickly kind of pivot, and turned out to be a blessing in disguise. And we went from being a church ministry to opening up one shop, two shop, Now we're up our 5th location, getting ready to have number 6.
That's crazy. And you guys are almost hitting your 5-year anniversary this year, right?
We are. Officially, it would be October of 2026, I guess. Although we didn't, it took us a year or two to kind of engineer the whole concept. So we didn't open our first store until March of 2023, and that was actually in downtown Tampa at a place called the Embark Collective Building, which is also a nonprofit. And they came to us with they had a built-out coffee shop that another coffee company was in there, and they left and they offered it to us. It's a Vinnick nonprofit, and they were just wonderful to us and have been wonderful since that time. So they gave us this built-out coffee shop that we were able to open, and then we fundraised and we were able to open up our flagship location, which is over on Dale Mabry, not far from Go Plant.
Oh, yeah. I remember literally earlier today, I was like, oh, I'm interviewing Cup today for Serving 813, and all my friends were like, oh, I drive by Cup all the time.
Yeah.
So.
We're right just north of Britton Plaza on the same side of the road, if you know where the Pinch a Penny is. We're kind of right next to there. And so we built that out, and we opened that. That was actually our second shop. It was always our main location. We opened that in August of 2023. So it's really been kind of a pretty cool endeavor so far.
Yeah.
So I know you kind of touched on this a little bit, but how, like, in the 813 area specifically, has Cup been able to play such a big role?
Yeah, great question. So I think we are the only nonprofit coffee shop that employs individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Tampa. So we kind of, when we opened up this concept, we opened up a lot of opportunities for folks with special needs and disabilities. You guys are familiar with Capernaum, which is a arm of Young Life, which I think you might be involved with or know of it through Plant. A lot of our employees came through the Capernaum organization. So there's a thing in the special needs community that's called the Cliff, which is really when a young person gets out of school, they can be in the public schools here in Hillsborough County in the disability program through age about 22. And after that, there's not a whole lot of opportunities out there for folks. And the statistics are that I think 80% of the folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities are unemployed but not unemployable. So CUP has allowed a lot of these folks to have a purpose. And they get out of every day and come to work, which has been a benefit not only to them but to their immediate family members, to our customers, to the community as a whole, which really opened up a lot. It's filled a void that, or we're trying to fill a void, I should say, that otherwise has not been filled yet in South Tampa, 813.
Love it. So piggybacking off of that, can you talk about more in depth some of the volunteer opportunities that CUP provides?
Yeah, another great question. So we do events pretty much all year round, and they could be events at either like Plant. We've done stuff at Plant before. We've done stuff at a lot of schools, churches, businesses where we go out and we do pop-ups. And so we have opportunities where volunteers can come and meet our employees and go to a different business or go to a location or to a church and can help serve coffee to whatever that organization is. And so we've given a lot of we've given a lot of volunteer hours out over the years, a lot to some Plant students. And we're doing something. Sometimes we have things on a weekly basis. You know, we have things at our store sometimes. We have, events like we have a big basketball game every spring at Plant High School, which you might be familiar with. We have a big fundraiser. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to get involved with CUP if they want to. If they go to our website at www.coffeeunitingpeople.org, and there's a tab where they can sign up to volunteer.
Oh, yes. So everybody listening right now, go sign up. But I'm holding a cup coffee thing right here, if you can hear it. Can you hear it? But I'm reading it and it says CUP is about inclusion, opportunity, and employment for all people of all abilities. And I feel like just 10 minutes into the show, you've already checked all those boxes. I mean, CUP does it all. So I'm very amazed already. But I think it's time for a little song break. So I'm going to be playing some, is this 80s Maneater? Little throwback.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll be back after this song.
And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in to live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Lily Phillips, and we're here with Greg Jones from CUP.
So for this segment, we want to talk more about you, Greg, and your role within CUP. So my first question is, can you tell us about your role as founder and what inspired you to create CUP? And what does a typical day look like?
Yeah, that's a lot of questions.
I know. I was like, as I was saying it, I was like, oops.
Can we go back to that Hall & Oates song? Yeah, so I'm a lawyer by trade, my day job. A typical day for me is I'm always at one of our stores every day. We've got 5 stores now, but I'm usually either our Dale Mabry store or our downtown store in the morning, meeting with our general manager, Stephanie Williams. Hi, Stephanie. She's great. We wouldn't be here without her. I usually leave from there and go to my law office on Harbor Island and spend most of the day at the law office. And then usually in the afternoons, I'll do something like this, or go to some of the stores, or go meet donors. Or my day's kind of sprinkled with mostly law, but with a lot of CUP at lunchtime and phone calls and emails, just trying to build the nonprofit, which has been really a blessing in disguise, because the community here in Tampa has been very generous to us. So it's been very humbling in that regard. So a lot of work, law work. When I get up in the morning, my car can either go to CUP or can go to my law office. Quite frankly, I'd rather go to CUP, and hopefully one day I'll be going there full time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific part of CUP and that brings you the most joy?
That's an easy question, Lily. Interacting with our employees. We've got great employees. A lot of them you may know that came to a plant over the years. But our coffee shop is unique in that we're a coffee shop like Starbucks, but we're better than Starbucks because not only do we have great coffee from Brisk Coffee over in Ybor City, just down the street, Denise Reddick, thank you very much for being our coffee vendor and supplier, but we've got great employees. And when you go into one of our shops, you're going to get a great cup of coffee, but you're really going to have a great experience. You're going to meet somebody who's going to brighten your day. that you're going to leave that cup having interacted with somebody who has a disability. Sometimes, you can't see the disability, but somebody who's going to engage you in conversation, be sincere, wanting to be there. Just the whole employee experience is arguably easily the best part of my day when I go to Cup. That's a no-brainer.
All right. My next question is, what has been your proudest moment with Cup? And did you ever experience any challenges in the upbringing of Cup?
Okay, can you ask that again now?
What has been your proudest moment with Cup? And then did you experience any challenges?
My proudest moment in Cup. I think I would have to say my proudest moment in Cup are a lot of smaller moments that I get with interacting with employees and with their moms and dads and brothers and sisters, and the text messages I get and emails about how much difference in their life Cup has made to our employees and to their immediate family members. So I would have to say it's just a lot throughout the daily course of business. I get these really sincere, thoughtful messages that really just mean a lot. So we've had some really big moments. We've been named the City of Tampa. We got the Mayor's Alliance for Disability Employer of the Year in the City of Tampa. We were recognized by the state of Florida in 2024, also by being one of their leaders in employment disability. We received a lot of favorable press, a lot of really accolades, if you will. But at the end of the day, it's all about our employees. So I'd have to say that just those interactions, if you will. Challenges, I guess our biggest challenge right now is we don't have enough jobs for all the people who want to come to work for us. I think by last count, we had over 100 people on our wait list. And that to me has been a challenge because we just can't open up enough coffee shops to be able to fulfill all those jobs. And that's a pain for me. And we're hopefully going to satisfy that in part by our coffee club, which we'll talk about in a minute. So that's been somewhat of a challenge. We're hopeful that we can alleviate that backlog of employees through our coffee club and through our expansion of Cup, which we do plan on expanding not only just here in Tampa, but throughout the state and hopefully throughout the country.
I feel like that's a good challenge, though. So many people coming to you.
Yeah, it's been really humbling to say the least. But that has been one of our, I guess, points that I'm not the happiest about. But we're gonna knock that out, though.
Yeah. So you were talking about the coffee club, how that's going to be the solution. So can you talk more about that?
So our coffee club, we're proud of this. My wife Laura is going to be running our coffee club, and pretty soon, hopefully within the next 2 months, you'll be able to go into our Cup website and you'll be able to order coffee. We all drink coffee, hopefully, and so we'll be able to have coffee shipped and delivered to either your house or your place of business, either in 1-pound bags like you have right there. That will be bagged by our employees at one of our Cup locations and boxed when we have a partnership with McDonald's Training Center, and they're going to be our shipping and distributor. And so, like I said, you'll be able to go to our website and you can get on our coffee club, and it'll be a monthly subscription, which every month, the same day of every month, we'll have coffee delivered to your house or to your place of business, and it'll be either in coffee bags. Will be either Pirates Perk, which is our Buccaneer style coffee, or our Lightning Brew, which is named after the Lightning. Our employees name both of those. Or espresso, grain or whole bean coffee, or K-Cups. And so we're hoping that when we roll this out, we will be able to sell this not only in the community here in Tampa, but throughout the state and throughout the country. So people all over the country, and we've got people all over the country reach out to us and say, when can we start buying your coffee? Because you can buy coffee from just about anywhere, and coffee is different. But when you get our coffee, you're going to have a picture of 3 of our employees in the bag. And you're going to learn about our mission, and you're going to learn how that purchase of that 1 bag of coffee is providing a job to someone with a disability and making a true, meaningful difference in their life. So it's a big deal to us.
Well,
So
now I want
everybody
some
go to-
coffee now.
Yeah, everybody go to our website here come February and join our coffee club.
Yeah, me and Lily are going to make
Yeah.
a little stop to Cup tomorrow now.
I might
Awesome.
have to join the coffee club myself. So my next question is, what legacy do you hope to leave with your cup and the
Boy.
store and stuff?
That, Lily, is a tough question. Look, at the end of the day, it's not about me or our board of directors or anybody who runs the organization. It's about our employees. And so I'm hopeful that, CUP will leave a legacy that one day we'll have a cup, as I say, a cup on every corner. That's our goal. We want to be the Starbucks of special needs coffee shops throughout the country. So hopefully our legacy is that somewhere in, New York or Texas or California where you're going to be, Ava, one day that you'll be able to go down to the corner and you'll be able to visit a cup and you'll be able to interact with somebody and make a purchase and really truly better the lives of some very special people. So we hope to be able to provide jobs and that will make a difference in people's lives. Hope that makes sense.
Thank you for sharing. That really is a special legacy, and I'm so glad that I get to hear it on this show.
Yeah. So speaking more about the jobs, I have a question, like an opinion question for you. What do you think having the responsibility of a job at CUP does for your employees?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Well, it does a lot for our employees. I got to tell you, we've got the best employees. And some of our employees, they didn't know they were capable of doing what they're able to do. I had a gentleman come in the store months ago, and his daughter was one of our employees, and she was working behind the cash register. We call it the point of sale. And he grabbed me aside, and he said, Greg, I just got to tell you, if you had told us 3 months ago that our daughter could operate that point of sale Clover machine, we never would have believed it. So if you give them a chance, they will shine. And they are wonderful employees. They're on time. Quite frankly, a lot of our employees arrive at work early and they leave late because they enjoy being there. They enjoy interacting. So it gives everybody a purpose in life. And so our employees have really shined. And we're hopeful, although this hasn't happened as much as we would have liked to see so far, that customers will come into one of our shops and see one of our employees and say, that guy or that young lady would make a great employee at our company, at our business, our law firm, our insurance office, our medical office, and might offer them a job to come to work at their place of business. Because I will tell you, our employees are infectious in that they spread goodwill and cheer and happiness whoever they meet. Mm-hmm. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, I love that. That made my heart very happy. Well, I think it's time for another song break. The show's flying by. We're going to be playing some Bon Jovi, so we'll be back after this song. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Ava Lamison, and we're here with Greg Jones from CUP. So I put up an Instagram story the other day asking you guys listening to send in questions regarding CUP. And just like always, we got a ton of responses, so let's get into it.
So the first DM asks, if you could describe CUP in one word, what would it be?
Happiness.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a good word.
like
No,
it.
that's, you it's a happy place. So I don't know anybody who leaves CUP not in a happier mood than they were when they came in.
That was inspiring. I liked it. Okay, the next DM says, what makes CUP different from other nonprofits?
What makes CUP different than other nonprofits? Well, I think one of the ways is that you can come to a CUP and see, first of all, if you're a donor, you can come in and see your money at work, live and in action here locally. Everything is local, so it stays here. That's one way. Number two is I think CUP has a way of infiltrating and bringing, I go back to happiness, but bringing happiness and joy and satisfaction, not to just our employees, but to their immediate family members and their mom and dads and brothers and sisters. We have one of our greeters, I'll give a shout out to Jillian Joyce. Saturday morning comes in and she comes in. Her mom puts out on Facebook on Friday night, and on Saturday morning we get a flurry of people who come in. Friend of Jillian's, her brother and her sister and her mom and dad and her friends, and they come in. They get a chance to see her working. It brings them a lot of joy. And we have another family who does the same thing. So I would say that aspect might be a little different from other aspects.
Our third DM says, how does CUP host any special events?
We do. That's a good question also. Well, for one, I just talked about our basketball game. We have a CUP basketball game every April at Plant Gymnasium. You guys know where that is?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's a great game. Our employees, we pick up two teams. We have a full game. Last year, Mara Castor was our guest referee, and so we have a basketball game, which is a lot of fun. We get a lot of people there. We have CUP. We have all sorts of events for our employees off campus. We have karaoke parties sometimes. We have Halloween parties. We have holiday parties. This last week, we have something at our Dale Mabry store fairly often. We had a book signing for Sally Scalise was there on Saturday morning signing her book. So, there's a lot of things that are going on. We always have special events planned fairly often. Yeah.
All right. The next DM says, where are all your locations?
Now, that has been a question I've been waiting for you to answer. So right now we have 5 locations. We have our flagship store on South Dale Mabry by Britton Plaza. We have our second store at the Embark Collective Building in downtown Tampa on Whiting and Jefferson. And then we have developed a partnership with Baycare and with Tampa General Hospital. Shout out to both those wonderful organizations where we are now expanding into hospital settings. And we opened up our third store at St. Joseph's North in Lutz on Van Dyke Road at their hospital there. And we opened up our fourth location at St. Joseph's Hospital South, Baycare in Riverview. We opened there last year. And then we opened our fifth location at Tampa General Hospital Outpatient Center in Brandon, which is right next to Top Golf. We just opened up there last year also, and we're getting ready to open up, drum roll please, our sixth location probably in February or in March at Wesley Chapel Baycare Hospital.
Oh, that's soon.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. So by the time the spring hits, we will have 6 locations in less than 3 years. So we're really growing like crazy right now.
Yeah,
So,
that's like, I'm like shell shocked right now. I can't believe in 3 years, 6 locations.
well, we could open, like I said, we could open up 1,000 of them tomorrow if we had, the resources, which we do have been a lot of resources, and we're very fortunate in that regard. But hope we're engineering plans this year to how to expand into different cities, and right now the hospital kind of campus setting has really been a win-win for not only us but for the hospitals. Their employees gravitate to our employees. They're both nonprofits. It's just been a really cool interaction.
And this is just a question from me. Can you volunteer at all the different locations, or is it just the flagship?
That's a good question. I would say you probably could volunteer at all locations. Probably Dale Mabry and downtown would be the best suited to volunteer as opposed to the hospitals. Yeah.
Awesome.
We can get you in there tomorrow if you want.
Oh, perchance.
Make sure if you live by any of these locations to definitely stop by. The next question I have is, what's the most popular drink on the menu, or what is your favorite drink on the menu?
God, I knew you were going to ask me that. That's a great question for our general manager. My favorite drink is a latte. Okay, I get a latte pretty much every morning. We have Halloween drinks. We always, have pumpkin spice lattes, and those are really, really popular also. And then we have holiday or Christmas holiday drinks also. But I would say probably some form of our lattes are probably our best sellers. I would imagine that's probably the most consistent coffee drink that we have. We have cappuccinos, Americano, black coffee. We now sell ice cream at Dale Mabry too. So if you guys got a sweet tooth, you can come in there also. But we have pretty much every coffee drink that you can get at another Starbucks or a Buddy Brew or a Kawa, but our coffee's better and our employees are really good.
And it has a great meaning.
Exactly.
Okay, so I know we brushed over this in the first segment, but my final question is, how can students like us get involved, and what's the best way to reach out?
Okay, so the best way to reach out is probably through our website. If you go on to www.coffeeunitingpeople.org, there's a tab where you can get in contact with us, if you will. I would say right now we're kind of in these early years of our growth. I think the best way to get involved is to come into one of our stores and to really just to frequent us, come in, see what we're doing, learn about the special needs community, and then spread the word. Spread word through social media, through all your posts and whatnot. And like and follow us on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. But the more you do that, and the more the word gets out, then it just kind of spreads and brings people into our stores. And the more people we're bringing to our stores, the more sales we have, and the more employees we can hire, and the more jobs that we have. So it's kind of a trickle-up effect, if you will.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Greg, for being on today's show and being a part of Serving 813. But I think that wraps up this segment and your departure.
Awesome. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your little outro song, we're going to be playing Can't Buy Me Love, The Beatles. But everyone listening, don't go anywhere, because me and Lily are going to have a little reflection after this song.
And we're back. And it's just me and Ava now, so welcome back, or welcome to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in live. Make sure to tune in live to live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. I'm one of your hosts, Lily Phillips, and we just heard from Greg from Cup, but now it's time for just me and Ava to reflect on our just past 3 segments.
Yes, what a fun show today. I really enjoyed learning about Cup. I didn't really know a lot about it, but just in like these 40 minutes, I didn't know Cup did that much. So,
yeah, I genuinely got goosebumps when he was talking. Like, I have heard of, they have a coffee at our school where it's like the same thing. I think it's like a branch off of Cup, and I had heard of that, but I hadn't heard of like the 6 different locations and stuff, and I'm really honestly quite excited to visit one myself soon.
I know, and just in 3 years already opening up 6 stores is insane to me. Also that a lot of our friends are a part of the Capernaum Young Life, and also just being around Paw Bucks at school, so just those like invisible strings to Cup was like really cool. I liked learning about it. But yeah, I think that wraps up today's show. Make sure, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Serving813 to be updated on all episodes, or if you're a nonprofit and you want to be on the show, you can DM us. But yes, we're serving your city one convo at a time. This is Ava Lamison signing
and Lily
off.
Phillips signing off.
We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.